What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Alright, so yes, that is correct. The next playthrough project that I'm going to be working on, since I finished that other game called Alcana, the next playthrough project I'm going to be working on is Dark Cloud. Now, some of you guys out there who have been, subscribed to my channel for a while, who've been subscribed to my channel for a couple years, some of you guys out there are probably a little bit confused. So let me explain. Some of you guys out there are probably, again, some of you who've been subscribed to my channel for a while are probably thinking to yourselves, wait a minute, multi-step. Didn't you do a playthrough of Dark Cloud already? And the answer to that question is yes, I already did a playthrough of Dark Cloud. But I did that playthrough of Dark Cloud, like I said, probably at this point several years ago. And if you guys know anything about my YouTube channel from several years ago, I was not exactly recording with the best recording setups in the world, and that's putting it nicely. Like, when I first started this playthrough back in the day, I'm pretty sure I was still recording videos with my Nintendo 3DS camera, which gets a resolution of 240, which any of you guys out there who know about resolutions, you know that's not particularly great. And that's, again, putting it very nicely. So I wanted to give this game its proper dues because Dark Cloud is a fucking brilliant, absolutely brilliant video game. This is easily, hands down, one of my favorite JRPGs of all time. The Dark Cloud series, is just freaking awesome all around. I played the second game, as some of you may remember, not too long ago, maybe like a year and a half ago or something at this point. I did Dark Cloud 2. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to beat that game. However, this game is a little bit different because I have a lot more experience with playing this game, so I kind of know like how to do it, basically. Whereas Dark Cloud 2, when I was doing that game, that was like a first time experience with that game. So I got close to beating Dark Cloud 2. That counts for something. This game, on the other hand, I should be able to beat because I've done it before. So yeah, that doesn't mean it's not going to be difficult, even still. It is still difficult to beat this game, even if you do know what you're doing. But we'll get through it and all that good shit, have ourselves some fun, and yeah, but that's the reason why I've decided to basically do what I would refer to as like a remaster, I guess, of my playthrough of Dark Cloud. Because again, yes, the answer is yes, I have played this game in the past. And I already did a full playthrough of this game on my channel, but again, that was back when I was recording with subpar recording equipment, and again, that's putting it nicely. Calling it subpar recording equipment, again, is very generous. Because, let's be honest, if we're being totally honest, that recording equipment was downright dog shit. Like, you go back and watch some of my older videos, the quality is straight up dog shit compared to what I'm doing now. And I wanted to give this game its proper dues, like I said. So that's why I will be working on this as my next playthrough project. Now, some of you guys, again, who have been around my channel for a while are probably still a little bit confused. Because you may be thinking to yourselves, wait a minute, multi-step. I thought you also downloaded this game on the PlayStation 4. And yes, that is true. I did get a digital copy of this game on my PlayStation 4. That was back when I was missing my PlayStation 2. Like, I did not have a PlayStation 2 for a short period of time. So I ended up downloading that game on my PlayStation 4, which is also why I ended up doing Dark Cloud 2 on my PlayStation 4 rather than, on the PlayStation 2. Normally, I'm a stickler for, owning physical copies of games. I normally don't do, like, digital downloads of games and shit. I usually stick to, physical copies of games. That's just how I like to roll. I'm very old school in that regard. Like, very, very rarely will you ever see me do a digital-only game. There's only a few exceptions I can ever think of that I've made for that. Most notably, the one I can think of that I made an exception for was a Phoenix Wright game. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, I think. I ended up playing that game on my own time, and that was a great fucking game, by the way. But yeah, very rarely will I ever buy a digital-only game. Again, I like to physically own all of the games that I purchase, which is why in some cases I'll go out of my way to purchase a physical version, even if I have to have it like imported from another country. I'm very much so a stickler for that. That being said, you know, I did want to get this game on the PlayStation 4 just so that way I could play it again. Because that was back before I discovered this thing called online shopping, so I was able to get myself another PlayStation 2. So some of you guys are probably curious, okay, well, Multi-Step, you started a playthrough of this game on the PlayStation 4. Does that mean that you're just going to abandon that particular playthrough? And the answer is yes. I am going to abandon that particular playthrough of Dark Cloud. I have the game on the original PlayStation 2. I might as well play the game as it was originally intended. And again, I much prefer playing physical games rather than digital games. I just feel like it's a much more authentic experience to, you know, play a physical game rather than a digital game. Again, I'm kind of weird like that. I don't really necessarily have a logical justification for it or anything. I like playing physical versions of games. That's just how I roll. So yes, I will be abandoning that playthrough, but I will be doing a full playthrough of this game on the original PlayStation 2. Again, this is a fucking absolutely brilliant game in every single regard. Like, Level 5 as a company, like, for those of you who don't know, Level 5 is the company who, I believe, made this game and Dark Cloud 2, as well as another game called Rogue Galaxy. And it was the same thing with Rogue Galaxy as well, that particular game. The only reason why I did that game on the PlayStation 4 was the same reason why I did Dark Cloud 2 on the PlayStation 4, was because, again, at the time, that was back when my PlayStation 2, you know, when I didn't have a PlayStation 2 and I wasn't sure if I would have the opportunity to ever, you know, own another PlayStation 2, because, again, that was before I discovered this thing called online shopping. So, yeah, so I am back to redo. Basically, I'm redoing. I like to call it a like remaster or like a redux of my playthrough of Dark Cloud. That is going to be my next main playthrough project. I'm going to do this game properly, give this game the proper quality of recording that it deserves, because this game is fucking phenomenal. For a game that was released in 2001, this game is spectacular in almost every single regard. Granted, there's a lot of hilarious spelling errors and shit because the proofreaders were not the best. I'm going to be straight up honest. There's some incredibly hilarious, misspellings and mistakes in this game as far as that's concerned. But the actual game itself is fucking brilliant. The gameplay is unbelievably good for a game made in 2001. Again, the production values are fucking incredible for a game made in 2001. A lot of it runs like 60 frames per second, which again, for a game released in 2001 is incredible. The music in this game is just, again, also fucking incredible. Some of the best video game music ever made, in my opinion, was from this game. That's something that, again, Level 5 did a great job with throughout both the Dark Cloud games and Rogue Galaxy as well. Now, some of you guys also may be asking the question of, well, Multi-Step, since you're redoing this game on the PlayStation 2, does that mean at some point in the future you plan on doing Dark Cloud 2 and Rogue Galaxy on the PlayStation 2? Do you plan on buying those games and doing those on the PlayStation 2? And I'm not going to give you guys a straight-up answer on that. I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to give you guys a straight-up answer on that. I might do it, I might not do it. You guys will have to stay tuned to find out at some point in the future. Maybe I will, who knows? But I'm not going to give that away just yet. Because both of those are fantastic games, by the way. Dark Cloud 2 and Rogue Galaxy. And I actually managed to beat Rogue Galaxy, which was a surprise to me because that game was fucking difficult. Like, certain parts of that game were incredibly challenging. So, the fact that I actually managed to beat that game was fucking awesome. But yeah, that was a great fucking game, too. But yes, regardless, I am back doing Dark Cloud. And yes, again, I know I've already done a playthrough of this game, but I wanted to, again, because this is a fucking amazing game, I wanted to give this game its proper dues and, you know, record a playthrough of this game, you know, do a playthrough of this game while recording with actual professional quality recording equipment, rather than just bullshitting recording setup with my Nintendo 3DS camera, which again records in a less than desirable quality. Now, that being said, too, guys, as you guys know, if you've been watching my videos for a while, I am currently working on looking for a new job. So I wanted to start this playthrough today. The goal for me is to start this playthrough today. I know kind of like what point in this playthrough I want to get to. But as I figured out through my many years of playing this game, because I've done a couple of different playthroughs of this game throughout the years, some of which I've done obviously on my own time. But I've had this game for a very long time, so I'm very familiar with how this game works. That being said, it has been a while since I've played it, so again, I might be a little bit rusty, so y'all are going to have to bear with me a little bit. But at least I'll kind of have a better idea, you know, compared to other games that I've done on this channel. I'll, you know, kind of at least somewhat know what I'm doing, you know, so at least I got that going for me. But yeah, so this game, in order to do it effectively, and in order to increase your chances of success, it requires a lot of off-screen grinding. Basically what I call off-screen grinding. So I'll let you guys know, like, because I did this also to a certain extent with Dark Cloud 2 when I was doing that playthrough. I did something kind of similar. Although what you can do in Dark Cloud 2 is a little more limited than what you can do in the original Dark Cloud, because they kind of fixed the whole grinding loophole. They sort of fixed the grinding loophole in Dark Cloud 2. Not entirely, but a little bit. They kind of limited the grinding ability in Dark Cloud 2, whereas in Dark Cloud, they never really fixed that exploit or did anything to fix that exploit. Because there is an exploit in this game where you can just grind on the lower level dungeons and upgrade your weapons to the point where you're, you know, just a fucking beast right off the bat. And that's exactly what I intend to do. So I want to get to the point in this game where I unlock the second character today. That's what I plan on doing. I at least plan to get to that point in this game where, you know, you unlock the, you know, spoiler alert, you unlock the cat, you know, the cat girl, basically. I want to get to that point in this game and maybe get to the point where I unlock the storage. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be able to do that yet. But then after I'm done with all of that stuff, my next intention is to take a break from this game for a while. Because again, in my personal life right now, I'm currently looking for a new job. And so I want to focus on that, which is why, again, coming up throughout the next several weeks or so, I'm going to be playing a lot of, again, just pick up and play kind of games like I've been doing up until now. I'm probably going to wait to start my PlayStation playthrough project. I know this game's also on the PlayStation, but this is the PlayStation 2. When I talk about my PlayStation playthrough project, I'm talking about a project that I do either on my PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5. Whereas my main playthrough project can also still happen on either my PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 2. Or it can be a PlayStation 1 game that I'm playing on my PlayStation 2, so yeah. But regardless, I'm going to start this game today, and then it's probably going to be a while before I work on this game again, because I'm going to be doing, again, like I said, a lot of off-screen grinding. And I'm not going to bother recording any of that, because that process is incredibly tedious and boring. If I'm being totally honest, but, you know, I'll just throw on some music in the background, go into the lower level dungeons, and just keep killing monsters over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm sure you guys don't really want to watch me do that, because, again, it's pretty boring, it's pretty tedious, so, yeah. But that is basically the plan, is I'm going to at least start this game today, and then I'm going to do a lot of off-screen training, and that's probably going to happen a couple times throughout this playthrough. I'm going to do some off-screen training to help, bulk up my characters and help make them stronger so that way I can just go through all these levels and just kick fucking ass. That is the plan, anyway. So, with regards to that, that's my plan as far as that's concerned. But today, I'm going to be starting off this playthrough, and I want to get, again, at least to the point where I unlock the cat girl. So, that is the plan for today. And that is the plan with how I want this playthrough to go moving forward. So, yes, there is going to be a lot of off-screen grinding. And I'll be sure to inform you guys of what I do with that every time I play this game for you guys. So, yeah, but regardless, again, I'm not going to bother recording all that because, again, it's just basically, it just entails going into the lower level dungeons and killing the same monsters over and over and over and over and over again. Like I said, it's incredibly tedious, incredibly boring, and I'm sure most of you guys out there probably don't want to watch that. Because, again, it's an incredibly boring and tedious process. So I'll just do that on my own time, which is really nice because I can work on that pretty much whenever. So that'll be nice. It'll help a lot with this playthrough. But either way, we're going to hop in today, have ourselves some fun and all that good shit. So, yeah, this is a great game. Again, that's why I wanted to redo this game, do another playthrough of this game, but this time record it with professional quality recording a professional quality recording device and give this game the love that it deserves, by recording high quality footage of me playing this game, basically, rather than, again, just kind of bullshitting a recording setup with my fucking 3DS camera. So, yeah. Again, that's the main reason why I'm redoing this playthrough, is because I wanted to do it in much better quality than the first time I did. Because, again, I wanted to give this game the proper respect that it deserves. So hopefully that made some kind of sense. Hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from, and hopefully y'all are looking forward to it, because, again, to be fair, I have gained a lot of new subscribers. I guarantee you the vast majority of the people watching this video have not seen my original playthrough of Dark Cloud, and luckily you don't have to, because, again, it was incredibly low quality. So now I'm doing this game its proper, giving this game its proper dues, so to speak. So hopefully y'all understand where I'm coming from, and hopefully y'all are looking forward to it, because, again, this is a great fucking game. I absolutely adore this game. One of my favorite JRPGs of all time, hands down. So, looking forward to it. Alright, well, guys, that's enough of me talking and explaining shit. So, y'all came here to see me play this game, and that's exactly what we're gonna fucking do. So, let's do it. Start this bitch up. Alright, in the past I've stuck with his main name of Tone, but this time we're going to do something a little different. I have a specific name in mind, and it's not the name that I normally go with either. So normally I name my characters, when they're male characters, I name them Azoth, but I'm not going to do that this time around. This time I'm going to name him Falcon. Because I remember back in the day, I think it was either my brother or my sister did a playthrough of this game. They didn't get through the entire game, but I remember they named the main character Falcon. So, that's what I'm going to go with this time. His name is going to be Falcon. Normally I just stick with his normal name of Tone, but not going to do that this time around. Switching it up this time. Well, that can ruin your day. All right, cool. Makes sense. Sort of, I guess. I don't know. All right. Still remember how to open up the menu, so that's a good sign. All right. Well, either way, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this first part here. So stay tuned. We'll get this adventure kicked off next time. Sort of, I guess. I mean, technically, we already kicked it off, but you all know what I mean, hopefully. So stay tuned for the next part of this playthrough coming up next. Until then, peace out.